From the WYLN studios in Hazleton and all over northeastern Pennsylvania, this is WYLN News.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Paula Dagnan. Today marks a dark time in U.S. history, and a special remembrance ceremony will be taking place at St. Gabriel Church in Hazleton. It's the 16th year that the ceremony has been held. Organizer of the event, Tony Colombo, tells us about the annual event.
Well, this year's service is right on Monday, September the 11th at 6 p.m. at Annunciation Parish at St. Gabriel's. We're going to have Mass inside, and after Mass is over, we're going to have a small, short program to remember those that were lost on that tragic day. We have a little change in menu this year, change of going to St. Gabriel's. We're going to be inside church having the Mass. Our good friend Vinny Tamino, his health is failing, so he is unable to be with us in Hazleton, but he does send his love and regards and told us not to stop, to continue. So this year our goal is to fill this church. We're looking for the whole Hazleton area and surrounding community, fire departments, EMS units, come out with us. It's going to be a Mass. Remember those that were lost on that tragic day. It's 16 years.
Again, the September 11th Remembrance Ceremony at St. Gabriel's Church on North Wyoming Street in Hazleton getting underway, and everyone is invited to attend. Just as people in Texas are recovering from Hurricane Harvey, millions in the southeast braced for Hurricane Irma. The Category 1 hurricane slammed Florida with wind and floodwaters. The center of the storm was about 60 miles north of Tampa early this morning. Over 6 million people had to evacuate the area. Nearly 4.5 million homes and businesses lost power across the state. The storm weakened now to a tropical storm and on its way into Georgia. Jury selection getting underway for the retrial of the woman accused of having tried to kill herself and her 2 young children by piping a vehicle exhaust into her car in a bus parking lot. Melissa Ann Scholl is charged with attempted murder in Luzerne County, where jurors back in June deliberated for 7 hours but were unable to reach a verdict. The defense argued that she was simply reaching out for help and had no intention of harming her children. A Scranton woman entered guilty pleas last week on charges she made false statements in purchasing firearms. The U.S. Attorney's Office says 34-year-old Crystal Matuas provided the false information when purchasing firearms in June of 2016 from Dave's Gun Shop and Drums and Ed's Sports Shop in Tamaqua. Maximum penalty, 5 years in prison, supervised release, and a fine. A sentencing date has not yet been set. FunFest 2017 is now in the books. Just in case you missed the weekend's activities, our Julie Stefanovich has some of the highlights.
FunFest.
It's fun!
But it was more than just that. This year, the theme of the event, which began back in 1979, was community. Of course there was the fun, but some booths set up along Broad Street were also there to raise community awareness.
I'm here to keep the Whitehaven Center and other centers from being closed down by the state representative that's sponsoring this thing. And I used to work for Whitehaven Center, and I know it is very much needed. And we've been fighting for years to keep all the centers open.
Others were raising funds for long-established organizations.
And really our job is to support the local football team. We do so in many different ways. We provide meals for the team when they travel. We provide scholarships for graduating seniors. Anything that the coaches might need, we do our best to support the team as much as we can.
And still, others new to the community just getting their name and mission out.
We have an organization to help people in other countries. We get like food, clothes, can be used clothes, because sometimes you don't use it, but in those countries there is very poor people that need help, like Haiti, Dominican Republic, Guatemala. We go there and with the money we get here or the donation that we get, we help the people in those countries.
I'm with the Pregnancy Resource Center of Greater Hazleton. Now, we are a life-affirming organization. We believe that every life is valuable. And so young people can come in and we have free pregnancy testing.
Dale Lehman had a shiny engine to show off as part of the car cruise.
Can't look at them through the rearview mirror on a trailer and have any fun with them. You got to get behind the wheel and drive them down the road.
While others let their vehicle speak for itself.
It's fun!
Everyone came together to celebrate with the parade, showing off their finery and others showing off their talents. No matter what part of FunFest you went for, it was agreed.
It's fun!
In Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
And more fun at FunFest on Sunday. The parade showing off more of the FunFest community theme. There was plenty of music to keep the crowd's toes tapping. High school bands from Hazleton area, Pittston area, the bagpipers as well as the string bands, some familiar faces in the crowd. The sound of first responder sirens, thankfully just drawing attention for a smile and a wave rather than out to an emergency. There were many beautiful young ladies and handsome men all showing off different aspects of the community. We had different balloons that went down Broad Street that were very excited about being a part of the parade. And of course, the grand marshals in the parade as well, the current and past directors of the Hazleton Library. And of course, stay tuned to WYLN because we will be rebroadcasting the parade in its entirety. Days and times will be announced shortly. The third phase of Operation Trigger Lock was conducted over the weekend in the greater Wilkes-Barre area. The program designed to fight the increasing amount of crime in Wilkes-Barre and surrounding areas. Enforcement operations took place resulting in 7 drug arrests, 9 DUI arrests, and 62 traffic arrests. Law enforcement agencies from throughout the area, including the Wilkes-Barre Police Department, Luzerne County District Attorney's Office, and State Police, all worked in cooperation in Operation Trigger Lock. Police on the lookout for a driver involved in a hit-and-run crash that happened Saturday afternoon in East Brunswick Township. The vehicle, driven by Christopher Kelly, was struck in the rear around 2 o'clock on Summer Valley Road. Both vehicles pulled off the roadway, and the person responsible for the accident fled the scene. The vehicle involved in the hit-and-run, described as a small light blue sedan, possibly a Chevy Cruze with front-end damage. Anyone with information about the incident is asked to contact Pennsylvania State Police Frackville at 570-874-5300. Coming up on WYLN News, remembering the Latimer Massacre, plus more items for those in Texas. But first, as we head out to break, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast from the WYLN Weather Center. Remember, you can get all your weather information at WYLNTV.com. We'll be right back.
We're here. We're here to fight this. We're here with board-certified oncologists. We're here with access to genetic counseling, clinical trials, and the most advanced treatment options. We're here with the strength of the region's leading health network. And now we're here in Hazleton, the new LVHN Cancer Center. We're here for you.
Finally, a car buying experience where it's quick, transparent, and you're set for life. At Hazleton Honda, every new vehicle purchased includes a lifetime warranty, lifetime oil and filter changes, lifetime car washes, lifetime loaner vehicles, lifetime state inspections, and Sunday express service. A gigantic selection to choose from, always amazing prices, courteous and expert sales staff, convenient store hours. Discover the joy of buying at Hazleton Honda, where you are set for life.
Get red-hot prices on furniture and mattresses during Grand Central's summer clearance sale. We have a huge selection of Lazy Boy recliners. Choose any of these Lazy Boy recliners in 30 different colors at only $3.99. Get a Catnapper Patriot Power Lift Chair in any of 4 colors for only $5.99. England sofas in 4 styles and 20 colors are also only $5.99. Sealy mattress sets start at only $2.99. And you can get free delivery and up to 60 months free financing on your new Sealy mattress. Everything to make your house a home. Grand Central, downtown Hazleton, and at the Laurel Mall.
More than 100 years ago, one of the most serious acts of violence in American labor history occurred in Hazel Township, killing about 20 miners. WYLN's Maria Senti has more on a ceremony held Sunday in commemoration of the miners killed and wounded in the massacre.
On September 10, 1897, nearly 400 unarmed coal miners on strike marched into Latimer in support of higher wages and better work conditions.
Folks in Harwood began a march to get the mine workers here in Latimer on board with the broader strike.
It was all in support of the newly formed United Mine Workers Union. Once the miners reached Latimer, Sheriff James Martin and his deputies stopped the miners from going any further.
And from there, chaos and mayhem began as the volleys of gunfire began to go into the mine workers. And
Sheriff's deputies shot and killed 19 miners. More than 40 others were wounded as a part of the Latimer massacre. In the 1970s, a monument was erected at the site in Latimer in honor of the miners involved in the tragedy.
Welcome to the celebration of peace and justice.
On Sunday, many people gathered for a ceremony to remember the lives that were lost on that day 120 years ago.
We here, I think, maybe 5-6 years going strong, recreating this event in a different way than it was, several decades ago, but here we are, remembering anyway.
Father Anthony Generose says it's an important day to remember one of the darker days in America's history.
The tragedies that happened in trying to protect the dignity of the worker is important to remember as history goes on.
Generose says Americans coming together to recall and discuss tragedies like this is important for the future of our nation.
We can celebrate our differences and come to understand one another when we discuss those things in rational ways. I hope and pray God that that would be our future.
In Latimer, for WYLN News, I'm Maria Senti.
The greater Hazelton area stepping up to the plate and helping those affected by Hurricane Harvey. Operation Texas and Operation Texas Pets remain in full swing. Items being collected for our four-legged friends are dog and cat food along with towels, newspapers, pet toys, cat litter, medium-size airplane-approved travel crates, collars, and leashes. The pet items will be sent to a shelter that's been overrun since the hurricane. As for Operation Texas, donations of non-perishable food items, including bottled water in cases, personal hygiene items like toothpaste and shampoo, and cleaning items are still needed. As of right now, no clothing is being accepted. They're just trying to send cleaning products along with food and water. A Fill the Truck for victims of Hurricane Harvey will be happening this Sunday, September 17th, at Berger Family Dealerships on Route 93. Coming up on Klein Township's News Choice, Community and You takes you to Pottsville to learn about Joe and Caroline's Fund. Plus, Ting O with Physical Therapy and Balance Centers talks about arthritis. But first, let's take a look at today's winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you played. Stay with us.
At All American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you not only get the vehicle that you want,
you also get the lowest financing options.
We also deliver unmatched service.
Whether you're in need of a work truck, have an active family lifestyle, or simply want to show off your fun, adventurous side, All American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has a wide variety of inventory to choose from. It's the Jeep Celebration event and Ram Power Days.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones. Introducing CrossFit Drums, the Greater Hazleton area's first and only CrossFit affiliate. We still offer our traditional monthly gym memberships and one-on-one personal training, but have expanded to also offer CrossFit classes taught by multiple Level 1 CrossFit certified trainers. We are open 7 days a week, 365 days a year to help you achieve your fitness goals. CrossFit Drums now open and ready to get you in the shape of your life.
Welcome to Community and You, and today we are on the road visiting the Hillside SPCA. With me is Lindsay Cohen. She has so many titles here. We're just going to call her the best person to come forward today who decided that they would be on camera. How's that, Lindsay?
Sounds great. Sounds great.
And with you today is?
This is Taco.
Tell us a little bit about Taco.
Well, Taco is one of the senior dogs that we have here at the shelter. He's been with us for quite a little bit. Very friendly, awesome guy, awesome with volunteers and small children. He unfortunately doesn't like other dogs, but you know, that's not going to stop his chances of getting a good home. We're hoping that he finds one really soon.
I have one of those at home,
yeah.
and they you're absolutely right. There's no problem. Oh, obviously he likes Lindsay. Now, one of the things that is, there are so many things that are special about Hillside, but one of the things that's special is what used to be Joe's Fund. Yes. But that's been updated, unfortunately. Tell us about that.
Yeah, very unfortunate. It is now known as Joe and Caroline's Fund. Joe and Caroline are the children of our manager, Barbara Umlauf, who unfortunately they have both passed away. But the fund is for medical expenses for all the animals that come to the shelter. Actually, Taco has benefited from this fund himself. He had a rectal tumor that needed to be removed about 2 months ago. Took care of all of that. He is healthy and, you know, up and moving, obviously. But so many dogs benefit from the fund. All of the animals here are spayed and neutered, up to date on shots, microchipped. We also deal with a lot of emergency situations. Just earlier this week, a dog was surrendered to us who was hit by a car. He immediately had to be seen by a vet for a broken femur. That was Teddy. His story is all over Facebook currently. Mm-hmm. But you know, it's things like that this fund is so helpful and so important towards.
When it comes to getting donations for that, how do people go about doing that? Do they come here in person? Do you have something? You mentioned Facebook.
Multiple ways to donate. They can come here. The shelter is open 7 days a week from 10 to 3.
Thank you.
So they can come to the shelter anytime, any of those days between 10 and 3 if they wanted to bring a donation. There's also PayPal options on the website, hillsidespca.com. There's our mailing address, which is P.O. Box 233, Pottsville, Pennsylvania, 17901.
How long has this fund been in effect? Now, again, we mentioned that it started with Joe's Fund. When did it originate?
I think we're going on 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, since the unfortunate passing of. Oh, sorry.
You just want to be on camera, don't you?
Come on up here. About 10 years, I believe.
When it was first started, I guess the best question to ask is, what started it then? It was long before Taco and long before. Was there a dog that started Joe's Fund?
Basically, no, I don't think that it was anything specific. I think it was, you know, in the midst of Barbara's heartache of losing Joe, and he was such an animal lover, and had a way with animals, and you know, it's a time where a lot of animals were not spayed and neutered, and you have all these unwanted and unnecessary litters of animals, and you know, being one of the only shelters in Schuylkill County, you know, where people needed help, the animals of Schuylkill County needed help, and so that's basically how it originated. There wasn't a specific, you know, situation to start it. It was an idea that was thought about and knew would be a good idea for years, and you know, they were able to take a devastating situation and turn it into something so amazing.
I guess one of the other things too we should point out is we don't want to discriminate against the other types of animals that are here. We have Taco, but there are others, and we can't forget our purry friends.
Oh yes, lots of cats. We probably house on average 200 cats at any given time. Cats come in much more often than dogs. There are many more feral cats, out in the communities than there are dogs, and they breed like crazy. Yeah. So the cats, it's always overpopulated with the cats. We do everything that we can, and we also have smaller animals such as rabbits, ferrets, gerbils, guinea pigs, mice, rats, that as well.
And everybody can benefit from the Joe and Caroline Fund.
Oh, absolutely, and any furry creature you can imagine that comes through the doors here at the shelter benefit from Joe and Caroline's Fund. Absolutely.
Well, Lindsay, I'm going to give you the last word. If someone would like to donate, once again, maybe you can give us the definitive on how to go about doing that, and also mention you do have a web page as well as a Facebook page.
Yes. All donations for Joe and Caroline's Fund can be made directly to the Hillside SPCA by either the website, hillsidespca.com, via PayPal. The shelter opens 7 days a week from 10 to 3. And there's also our mailing address, which is P.O. Box 233, Pottsville, PA 17901.
All right, and we're gonna let Taco get back on camera. He'll be a happy boy before it's all over, and we certainly hope that you will not only consider adopting, which is the best thing to do, but also join us again on Community and You.
Minutes away. That's right, you're just minutes away from a great deal on a new car, truck, or SUV from Barber Ford. 2 great locations, Exeter and Hazleton. The best deals on America's #1 brand are just 19 minutes from Scranton, 15 minutes from Wilkes-Barre, 12 minutes from Old Forge, 18 minutes from Mountaintop, and 28 minutes from Berwick. Barber Ford in Exeter and Barber Ford in Hazleton. Start your new car search today at barberautogroup.com, where nobody sells for less.
Boyer Insurance Agency, 78 Sugarloaf Avenue in Sugarloaf. Quality coverage, competitive rates, discounts, recreational vehicles, boats, campers, and motorcycles. Find the coverage you want at the right price. Call them at 570-788-3543.
Chura's Auto Sales has a great line of cars and trucks. Every vehicle is serviced, reconditioned, and inspected. Chura's Auto Sales offers you experience, quality, and service. Stop in today, North Broad Street and Susquehanna, West Hazleton.
One of the most common questions we get asked in the clinic in preventing arthritis is running and doing heavy exercises good or bad for your knees and hips? Well, interestingly, there was a recent article that was produced. What they did was they went to look at through the literature of all the available research out there, and they found some fairly interesting things in my mind. One thing that they found was that they actually looked at runners, and competitive runners actually had the highest incidences of arthritis in the hips and knees, which would make sense to me because those guys push a lot. What was interesting though was that with sedentary people, or people who really did not do much exercise, the percentage of arthritis at the hips and the knees was actually at 10%, which was fairly close to the competitive runners. The other factor that was really the kicker was that for the recreational runners out there, the incidences of arthritis was only at 3.5% in the hip and knees. That kind of backs up the theory that I have that if you do exercise, it can help actually prevent arthritis. And according to the literature that they just looked at, it can do it by approximately 300% reduction in the development of arthritis in the hips and knees. So if you don't already, or you're afraid of exercising because you think you're going to develop hip and knee arthritis in the future, don't think that way. One of the key things of preventing arthritis is to keep a joint healthy, mobile, and strong. And if you can do that and keep that joint from functioning the way it's supposed to function, it really reduces the stresses in the joint and also provides the nutrition that the joint needs to be able to function properly. But if you're not sure what you're doing though, or if you have some mechanical issues such as pains or some functional issues such as like weaknesses, be sure to check with a professional first, because a lot of people tend to go too quick, too fast. Grading exercises and being guided by a professional can really help you in preventing problems in developing in your joints. And if you do already have arthritis in your joints, especially the hips and the knees, there is a lot of things that you can do with a physical therapist, such as taping, such as helping reduce tightness, and also helping develop the strength around the joint and also the surrounding joints that can really help you reduce pain, reduce the risk of injury, so that you can continue to do your exercises and keep yourself at a functional level that can reduce your risk of developing arthritis as you get older. So if you're not sure what you're doing, give us a call at Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. Our expertise is helping people feel better, move better, and live better.
Call Physical Therapy and Balance Centers for a free 20-minute question and answer session. 501-1808. Physical Therapy and Balance Centers, 1324 North Church Street in Hazel Township, or visit them online at hazeltonpt.com.
In case you haven't heard, the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders are going back to the Governor's Cup Finals once again. They got past the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs at home on Sunday. The final, 1-0. The Rail Riders now travel to take on Durham, and that will be tomorrow night. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on Wyln News.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
John's Family Restaurant in the Churchill Mall. Enjoy a full menu with all homemade food. From breakfast, soups, sandwiches, entrees, and desserts. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner specials. The food is great, the price is right. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Sunday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
It's time to find your copy of the Freeland Progress. Look inside for information on the Pennsylvania Dart Tournament and more. The Freeland Progress is free at locations throughout Freeland, Whitehaven, Blakesley, Berwick, Cunningham, Drums, and the Hazleton area. It's high school football time. Watch WYLN for all the local high school football action as we bring you the event, not just the highlights, like only WYLN can. Watch the game of the week right here on WYLN. We're your local network. For the best in local sports, watch WYLN TV 35. The event, not just the highlights.